Bernard stopped pacing. He jammed his hands in his pockets. He took a breath so deep that I could see it from where I stood. Then he started walking. He wasn't pacing this time. The kid was moving like he knew what he had to do, and where he had to do it. He was headed toward the big rock. And Bridget. "I've got a bad feeling about this," Dewey said, just before the grungy rubber ball hit him square in the back, between his shoulder blades. The ball dropped to the ground at Dewey's feet. I could see some dirt stuck to the spots where I thought there was dog drool. "Come on, Dewey!" someone yelled. "Get over here! You're it!" "No way! I've got to see this." Dewey picked up the ball but didn't throw it back. "What are you boys so fascinated by?" Miss Sorensen said. She was on playground duty. She came over to Dewey and me when she saw us staring. Miss Sorensen knew something was up. She had pretty good spidey sense. Bernard was now about 10 feet away from the girls. They had formed a half circle with Bridget at its center. She stood with her feet shoulder-width apart and her hands on her hips. I didn't know much about body language, but this didn't look too promising. When Dewey didn't go to them, the rest of the Spud players gathered around us. "He isn't going to," Miss Sorensen said, noticing Bernard moving toward the girls. "Tell her that he likes her?" "Yeah, I think he is," I said. "Oh no, that poor boy," Miss Sorensen said. "Quick, one of you go stop him." "Are you kidding?" Dewey asked. "This recess could be historic." "You're his friends. Maybe if you all ran over there together—" "Dude, we're not his friends," Dewey said. "Besides, you gotta make your own decisions in this life." He was tossing the spud ball up and down with one hand, but his eyes didn't leave the scene by the big rock. Miss Sorensen was so wrapped up in what was happening with Bernard, she didn't even flinch when Dewey called her dude. "Aren't you his desk buddy?" Miss Sorensen said. "Aren't you his teacher?" "That's exactly why I shouldn't get involved in this," Miss Sorensen said. "It really should be one of you." While Dewey and Miss Sorensen were arguing about who should go over and save Bernard from humiliation, I was thinking about storms. Last summer, lightning hit our neighbor's weeping willow tree. Just before it struck, Faye, Peg, and I were in the backyard playing croquet. We were all shouting about whether or not Peg's ball had gone through the wicket or around it. Even though each one of us was in mid-sentence, we all stopped talking at the same time, just like that. Strands of Peg's hair started floating straight up. I had tingling goose pimples on my arms. Something was in the air. We all sensed it. Electricity. Nobody's hair was standing up that day on the playground. All the same, a different kind of electricity was in the air. Something big was going to happen. A lot of people caught on to it, and they were all looking over at the big rock. "Dewey, please," Miss Sorensen said. "You know how girls can be." "Of course I do. Why do you think I'm not going over there?" They, Miss Sorensen said. "Giggle," I finished for her. "Exactly. Then you'll go help him?" Too late. Bernard had gotten down on his knee.